Griffin Phillips, the Warrior, is here.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. I want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only a path, I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah. I used to feel like a rock, invincible, inside my head, everything's impossible. Give me hope, give me strength, give me something, anything that I could believe in. I recall the day I woke up.
What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever that you are in the world. So we got a special guest today, and it's going to be awesome. So let me pull up my co-host, Tulio. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing but the rent. How's it going, Derrick?
You know, same old, same old. You know how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it rolling, baby.
That's right.
I mean, that's really the only thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sense in complaining about it. Just keep pushing.
That's right. I live my life with blinders on.
Basically. So yeah. So I a movie of mine came out called The Warrior. It's on Amazon Prime right now, and we have the main actor of The Warrior. And when we shot it, he was 8 or 9 years old. Now he's a grizzly veteran, so he's been out there in the world. And he makes lures for fishing, and he's got a TikTok that does fishing. So this guy is a multi-talented dude.
Yeah, it's like a modern day Benjamin Franklin.
Yes. What's going on, Griff?
What is up?
Just hanging in there, trying to get this thing going. So, of course, I've got a million questions always, and then Julio's watched the movie, so he's got a million questions. So, my first question is, and I asked, when we did a interview at the premiere, I kind of asked the same kind of questions, so you'll kind of have a feel of what I'm going to ask. So, when you got the call, or when your mom told you that you were up for a movie about a kid with cancer, like, what was your first thought?
I was like, I've never really done anything like this. Let me try it. And then I got more detail, and I was like, this will be fun. So then I was, I had to go and do it.
So, when you found out that it was about a real person, did it change anything for you, or were you just kind of like keeping your mind open?
It did, because I've always loved, like based off a true story type of movies. And I got really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this will be so much fun. I get to do the role of someone who lived this.
Okay, cool. Well, I see my friend Dave in the background, so I'm gonna pull him in. What's going on, Dave?
Not too much. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, living the dream. We just started. So I asked my first question, and I saw you pop in.
I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. I was watching the intros and everything. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm a rookie at this. Leave me alone.
Nice meeting you, Griffin. So
So,
what kind of lures do you make?
I make soft plastic lures
For crappie,
Oh.
bass?
for bass, crappie, panfish, everything.
Nice.
Yeah, got some of my biggest fish off of them. Main thing that I sell, I mainly promote it. I sell a paddle tail with a jackhammer. Best thing to ever sell. It's caught so many big fish. I caught 2 7s last week.
Nice.
So.
Bank fishing or in the boat?
We do boat and bank.
Cool.
When you say 7, are you talking 7-pounders? Because I don't know anything about fishing.
Yeah, 7-pounder. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm glad Dave's here. I don't know anything about fishing.
I'm like, cool. I have no idea.
Yeah, this was one of them.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's huge.
Huh. So is your dad really big into fishing? Is that who got you involved in fishing?
Actually, he taught me how to fish, like bobber and bait. And then I advanced him. I'm teaching him currently. I taught him how to use a bait caster. I taught him how to fish different baits. Teaching him
Student has
everything.
become the master.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
It's like Luke Skywalker.
Right.
So you have a fishing TikTok, and then your dad has a fishing TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't you were saying before the show that you have almost 1,000 followers on TikTok about fishing?
Yeah, so my dad does have 1,000 followers. He has 1,019, and I have 835.
Wow.
Nice.
You got to catch up, Griffin.
You'd be catching him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I post making baits for people. I post feeding my fish, because I have pet fish that are really fun. And then I also post going fishing with my baits. My dad posts the fish that we catch mainly, and different baits that work. But
Cool.
yeah,
It's like education.
his TikTok
in some
is I tag my dad's TikTok in my videos all the time, but my TikTok's playing hooky baits.
Okay. All right.
It's a business and TikTok.
That's pretty awesome. And now, how old are you now?
I'm 12.
You're 12? And you're ruling the world at 12 years
12 years
old.
old.
How was that?
Yep.
Like, I just played baseball when I was 12 years old.
Yeah. It's actually nice to see a 12-year-old nowadays that
Yeah.
goes
I
outside.
play baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
You play baseball, you said?
Yeah, I play baseball too.
So what position are you playing for baseball?
I play 3 positions: outfield, pitcher, and catcher. Mainly catcher.
Okay. Now, was it on necessity that you started being catcher, or were you? Because catchers are a little different breed. Because you gotta stop the ball at all costs.
Yeah. I like to throw myself in front of the ball. I don't know why. I've always thought it's fun.
Yeah, it's like a goalie in hockey.
But I always thought that I'm pretty good at, keeping the ball where it needs to be. So.
Now, before you got cast for The Warrior, I'd seen you in a couple different short films and some commercials. Have you sort of continued doing commercials and short films, or have you started doing other projects and stuff after?
I've done like a few just bigger commercials and stuff. I did one for West Virginia Insurance. No, I think it was Virginia Insurance.
Okay.
But that was really big. Big commercial. It's probably the biggest commercial I've done, but other than that, I've just done small commercials and stuff like that, but I haven't gotten on a big movie.
Okay. And I'd seen you in some sort of PSA or something where you're playing baseball and your parents were yelling at you or something.
Baseball documentary. That one is my favorite. That's one of my favorite commercials.
No, so it was a PSA? Oh, it was a documentary?
Yeah, okay. It's a documentary. But it's just teaching people because sometimes parents can be really hard on their kids for you missed that ball, you struck out. Why did you do that? Be better and stuff like that. It's just teaching parents that, we make mistakes.
My dad was never like that, where he's like, well, I mean, you didn't make the play, so yeah. But I remember one year my dad coached Little League, and that's all it took. He had parents saying, well, because there was myself, my brother, and this guy named Paul, which were the best players on the team by far. And they're like, well, your sons are always playing. Like, why don't you let somebody else play? And my dad got so frustrated with it. He's like, okay. So he took me, Paul, and Larry out of the game. And all the people that were not good were in the game. And they were getting absolutely slaughtered. And my dad is literally sitting on the bench just like. So then after the end of the season, my dad's like, I'm never coaching ever again.
I used to coach my son's soccer team. He was probably your age at the time, Griffin, maybe 11 or 12. And I had the same frustrations where I'd be coaching and there's everybody's parents trying to coach over me. That was frustrating as a coach. Sometimes the parents take it a little too seriously.
Yeah, way too seriously. And it's like, they don't care if the team's good. They just want to see their kid try to make a play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the person is going to get hurt. There's a line drive going out, hit this kid's head. There was one kid that got hurt, and there was a line drive went to the kid's head, and he didn't want to play baseball after that. And it's because you're not teaching the kid, and you expect the kid to go out there without actually performing. You know what I mean? It's just you're putting him in harm's way.
Well, I think it's cool that you're a baseball player, Griffin, and I know you love baseball, Derrick. So you got a baseball scene in the movie, which I think was the first scene.
Yeah, the very first scene of the movie. And the shirt that he's wearing was my shirt as a little kid. The Detroit Tigers shirt. That's an original shirt from the 1980s.
No kidding.
Yeah. Because my mom, when we were little kids, my mom kept everything. And that was one of those things that just kind of was in a box for a million years. And then when my parents moved out of their house in Michigan, they were just finding stuff and saying, hey, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So then when I started writing the movie and getting the movie set up, and it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have him wear this. This is nostalgia for sure. You know what I mean?
So when you were acting in the movie, by the way, I watched it and I thought you did a really good job, Griffin. So
thank you.
Congratulations on your performance. It was great. Was it difficult to juggle your normal 8-year-old activities like school and such with the movie? Was it filmed in the summer, so it was away from school? Were there any difficulties juggling things like real life and movie?
We took a few days off of school, so you already know I was pretty excited about that. But it was honestly pretty easy to, like, you know, I felt like I wasn't juggling anything. It wasn't too stressful. Sometimes scenes, like there was a lot of scenes at once and I was, you know, working really hard. But that was the only stressful part about it. Like everything else, it was just, you know, oh, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go do some scenes, and then I'm going to go to bed. It was just, you know, but I did have an obsession with Pokemon cards. And
Yep.
I remember that. 'cause
wasn't
you
the
got your
best
binder to
choice.
set, and you're like, oh, look at this one. I'm like, I have no idea about Pokemon.
My
I
son
know
is
about baseball
but-
cards. That's about it.
was deep into Pokemon cards. Doesn't matter. He's 25 now. He still has his Pokemon cards, his binder. But I got you. So out of the scenes, you mind if I ask a few questions?
Oh yeah,
Derek?
it's all good.
So I know what my favorite scene of yours in the movie was. Do you have a favorite scene that you enjoyed performing as opposed to other scenes?
There's a lot. Let me think. If we do like, okay, so like something that was funny out of the movie, like you didn't see it in the movie, but we were on the ambulance scene when I was getting taken to there, and Dad was coming out and he was like, Derrick, he accidentally said Griffin. So I thought that was really funny. But my favorite scene again was we were doing when my friend was coming into the room and my mom was outside and, you know, she laid down and I had to say, call 911. I kept saying, call 991. Said it like 20 times. I couldn't get it right. But eventually I got it right. And that was my favorite scene.
That's
I'll
pretty
share
funny.
with you my
Editing
favorite
that.
scene of yours was when you guys put on the little armor to go
Oh,
get
yeah,
your
that one was a good
bike.
one.
I thought that was fun. That looked
Yeah, that
like
was
it may
a
have
good
been
one.
fun to film. Now, on the flip, like that was a fun scene, like, you know, enjoyable, lighthearted. But there were some scenes in the movie where, like, you kind of seem to have to dig a little deep emotionally for somebody. I don't want to say for somebody your age, so I apologize for that. But I'll say for somebody your age and somebody who hadn't really gone through what the character Derrick had gone through. But I thought, was that, as an actor, is there a method that you have to kind of get in a mindset to, like, what's the process? Is there one, or are you just good at it naturally?
So I eventually learned how to kind of cry by myself, but at first, because I was young and I didn't really know much how to do it, and my mom was like, here, I'll help you. So my mom's dad died a long time ago, before I was born. So what she did is before the big crying scenes, she would tell me a story, and when she cries, I cry. So we're just both sitting in the room crying, and then I have to come out and cry. And then that's how it worked, really.
That's fair. Was the backup plan to steal his Pokemon cards to make him cry, Derrick, in case that didn't work?
Let's throw him on the screen.
No.
No.
Gonna drop it in the lake?
But yeah.
There were scenes that you were in, Griffin, when you were in the hospital and they were treating you, that evoked emotion from me in the fact that I wanted to grab you and hold you down. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, Derrick? There was a scene where you were really like acting up, I guess, because you didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good performance there because it made me, as a dad, want to go in there and try to calm you down. And if I couldn't calm you down, just sort of put an arm up. You go, all right, take it easy.
Right.
So
That
Dave,
was,
you and I
sorry.
discussed last night some question we wanted to ask. So here's your chance to throw Derrick under the bus, Griffin.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about working with our friend Derrick? Putting you on
What was the
spot
hardest
here.
part about working with Derrick as the director? What was the hardest part?
Oh, working with Derrick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Well, it was, there was a lot of, you know, like we went from a crying scene to a happy scene, like really quick, and it was hard to kind of switch emotions.
Oh,
So that was pretty hard. And then, I don't know, we never remembered, because we would do like a certain scene and then do the scene that follows after that, like 2 days later. So it was really hard to figure out like the clothing. So we didn't really have anything set, and we learned from that take pictures of what they're wearing, because that was pretty hard.
Continuity.
Mm.
Did you film, Derrick or Griffin? Did you film the scenes in order as they are in the movie, or no?
No, I did it. Did it by location. So, basically, like, so if we have a scene in the kitchen, we're doing all the scenes in the kitchen. If we're doing his bedroom, then we're doing all the scenes in his bedroom. So yeah, it's out of order, but we're doing it based off of location, because we only had the cabin for like I had the cabin for like 4 days, and there was only one day that was that was a long day. So it was like I made all the days as easy as I could, but there was one day that I was like, okay, guys, this one is going to be a tough day. It's going to be a long day. But that was the hardest part, is just trying to make it smooth and make it so that everybody wasn't stressed. But we only had one day that was a long, long day.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things. It's like, I would rather have one long day and just grin and bear it, as opposed to like every day seeming like it's taken forever. Because I've been on those movies where it's 16 hours and we're still shooting. It's like, no, we're not doing that. So I try to keep it right around 12 hours. Sometimes we went into 13 hours, but it was very rare. Just that one day was super long.
Yeah.
So Griffin, when you started this movie, was this your first movie?
This was my first main character movie. Yeah, I did short films and stuff like that, and then commercials before that, but that was the first big movie that I've done.
So would you say when you started the movie, you were at a level, and when you finished shooting, you thought you got better as an actor?
Yes.
Because we noticed it watching the movie. We mentioned that to Derrick about how the actors kind of all grew in that film. Like, you're like, wow, these are different characters than what they were in the beginning. So you felt it as, for yourself?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it different? I'm going to assume, because you work with Derrick, and Derrick is not in LA or Hollywood, that you are not in LA or Hollywood.
Nope.
I'm in Georgia. You're in, okay. Well, that makes fishing. That makes sense. That's a big thing down there. So,
Yeah.
Have you ever? I know at your age you have to finish school and things like that. But if acting's a passion for you, is it something you and your family would consider? If it's something you wanted to try to do full time, or are you just happy taking roles where you can, and hanging out in Georgia fishing?
I love fishing a lot. It's one of my biggest passions. Baseball, fishing, and acting is really big. But acting, I don't think I could do full time. I don't know. I like it a lot, but I still do like commercials here and then. But I haven't tried for like a big movie. Because the last time I had a big movie, we were going to do a Disney thing, but the pandemic threw it off.
Oh.
So that really sucked.
So it sounds like to me go ahead, Griffin. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
So that was
a bummer. That was a bummer.
I know how that feels.
Yeah,
I got
you.
you.
Go ahead. I just forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a question, Griffin. Are you in public school or are you in private school?
I'm in public school.
So are you going to go out for you're going to do drama stuff in school?
I was going to do it last year, but I really like band. And I have a gifted class, I guess. And I like both of those. So I didn't really get a chance to do drama.
What do you play?
I play baritone.
Nice.
Yeah.
So even if it's not acting, you're definitely a creative kid. You do a lot of creative stuff.
Yeah, I don't like being bored.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I don't either. I can't just sit on the couch and look at the wall. It's not gonna happen.
So you're not in high school yet. So the high school you go to, do they have a fishing team?
Yes, they do. I'm actually training myself to be the best that I can at fishing. Sounds weird, but I am. But yeah, I plan on joining the high school fishing team.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, I'm pretty sure.
How do you train for fishing?
just try and learn every bait that you can and master it. You know, you just got to learn how to fish with that bait. And we have a trophy pond over there, which means there's big fish and good fish. It's a really good ecosystem. So really, it's the best place to train. It gives you struggles. It doesn't.
Are those the types of things you do on your TikTok videos, like kind of how-to tips?
Yeah, I do teach how to fish the baits that I make. Yeah. But I mean, last year, I'm pretty sure the Hillgrove fishing team, it's either Hillgrove or Harrison, I think, just won a bass boat, $100,000 bass boat, $100,000 bass boat. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. So,
yeah. Sounds amazing.
Yeah. Even here where I live, the kids, or the school my kids graduated from, had a fishing team.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of such a thing, but I went to school in Maryland. A little different there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring this up, and this is the trailer for The Warrior. And these are kind of some of the scenes that you were talking about dressing up in characters and equipment and all kinds of other stuff. So let me go ahead and play it, and then I want to get your kind of your opinion on it, Griff.
I can't believe you made me carry all this stuff. If anything,
seems like it's low.
I'll unclog their toilets. Why do you need to unclog their toilets? That's not important. And got some licorice, just in case we have to camp out. Hey, don't get carried away. Too late. And where did you find the licorice from? My pocket. Oh my god.
I like how you can see Griffin's hand fidgeting on his shorts and stuff because he's a little nervous.
Yeah.
By the end, you don't see that in the movie. He's like, I got this now. I know what I'm supposed to do.
I know how to do it.
Do you still talk to that other kid?
Yeah, every once in a while, yeah.
Is he older or younger than you?
Same age, pretty much.
Same age.
Yeah.
So when I wrote it, I had it where you guys are going to go to like this, like Kenny's like shed and just pull out random stuff. And then we ended up cutting him pulling out random stuff out of the shed. So it was like, okay, so what can we use to have as far as like equipment? So then that's when we came up with all the house stuff with the colander and the rolling pin and all that other stuff. And I think it worked, but originally, yeah, I wrote it where it was just going to be random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun scene for sure. And the music choice you made, Derrick, behind it was a good choice there too.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm trying to think of like they're scheming, like dun dun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mentioned to you after I saw the movie, Derrick, is that the other young actor who played kind of opposite you, Griffin, your friend,
Kenny,
he was roasting you in some scenes. I was like, darn, this kid.
Yeah.
He's got some roast game. He's busted on you. But he was good at that.
Yeah.
So I have a go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Griffin, did your mom and dad watch the movie? Did they enjoy it?
Yeah, we did all watch the movie. We had a little, we showed the movie to my grandma's post. She has like a bunch of old people hang out there. And we all watched it there. But yeah, they loved it.
Yeah, those old people, right? Am I right, Dave?
Yeah, we're saps.
So I looked at your IMDb real quick I don't know if this is an error or true, but it says you were in a video by a rap artist named Key Glock.
Yes, I was, yeah.
How was that experience? Because I watched, I'll be honest, Griffin, I know there are times maybe I say bad words on this show, and today I'm like, I can't do it because we have a young man on. I don't want to be like that. And then I watched the rap video you were in, and I was like, holy smokes, what am I worried about?
Yeah. Yeah, that was, his song was playing for probably 3 hours over and over and over again. So yeah, I've been exposed to a lot of words. But that was a lot of fun, honestly. We bought a little suit for the jigsaw. I was the jigsaw riding the bike. Honestly, he was filming other parts, and I was like near the end of the parts. and he said we're starting at 6, and it ended up being 9 because he arrived in this fancy car and stuff, and I was like, oh wow. But I didn't really know who he was, and now like I listen to his songs a lot more. But that was a lot of fun. I just kind of sat in the little bicycle for a while and rode around the place. It was just a giant factory, basically.
All right. Yeah, the video is like 6.5 million views. Must be pretty...
Yeah, it did. It had a lot of views. And
How did you
honestly,
I've seen it.
in his music video, he seems super tough, but in real life, he's super nice. Like, he had his girlfriend and his mom with him
Oh, that's
and
nice.
stuff. He was super, super nice.
How did you wind up getting that part?
Well, I don't know. Someone just emailed us, and my mom was like, yeah, sure. At first, I thought it was just like part for a Jigsaw movie, and then I realized that it was a rapper. And my sister's boyfriend was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he was freaking out. But...
Oh, so he knew who Key Glock was?
Yeah.
I was just curious because it seemed, I looked at what you've done. You did a short called The Plumber, I think, and you did Derrick's movie, and then it was just kind of out of nowhere, this rap video. I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch this. I mean, I was offended at some of the words. I'm kidding them.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 3. I have 1 stepsister and 2 stepbrothers.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Half brothers, yeah.
So back to the fishing. It's hot right now in the South, right? So you're doing a lot of morning and night fishing?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
You're not fishing in the daytime.
You
No
go
way.
out in the day, you're just going to cry.
You're wasting time. Yeah.
No fish biting, you catch nothing, and you just get a sweat. Sucks.
Sweat and sunburn. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Now, so the fish don't bite as well when it's super, super hot?
It's too hot, dude.
Okay, yeah, so when it's super, super cold, they will bite, but it's still, like, not, they don't want to bite, but they don't want to move around. They'll go for different things. They'll go for, like, things sitting on the floor, eat vegetation and stuff, but in the summer, they don't want to run around a lot. That's why spring and fall are great times to fish.
Mm-hmm.
Spring is the best time for bass because they're spawning, and basically you could cast on they have what's called a bed. That's where they lay their eggs. You can cast on it and catch a fish immediately because they're guarding their babies.
And what's the name of your TikTok channel, Griffin? If I could.
Playing hooky baits.
Playing hooky baits.
Yep.
Plain hooky baits?
Yeah, so playing like PLAYIN and then hooky baits.
Playing hooky baits. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a clever name, actually.
Yeah.
It is a clever name.
No,
I mean, you know, it's a fishing thing, so.
or it's a skipping school thing. It's a double entendre there, right?
That's what I thought it was.
Because he's
'Cause I'm a-
skipping school to go fishing. Wait till those videos come out that his mom didn't see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Our motto was a bad day of fishing is a better day, a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
someone stole my motto and posted it on their TikTok. I hadn't posted it on my TikTok, but she said it before me. I was like, what? So
It ain't right. Any copyright lawyers in the house, in the chat, anywhere watching, please contact.
well, I hadn't
Playing hooky
posted it yet,
baits
so
and-
I couldn't keep it.
Help a brother out.
So I've got another scene that I'll pull up and get your kind of opinion. And this is the one that's just after the.
I just followed you, Griffin. So, are you on Instagram too?
No, I'm not. I was actually going to set that up.
You should, because it's really popular too.
Well, yeah, I am for my acting, but I don't have it for playing hooky baits.
Playing hooky baits.
That's a great name.
It's catchy.
That's really, yeah, really good.
He's up to 838 subs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. So, yeah, this is the scene just after you guys get together and Kenny's basically taking over the plan. So this is what the plan is.
Here we say no. Are we that backward, Doctor? Yes. It's it.
No, Sally, Jesse, Raphael.
Derrick, you nailed the decade appropriate clothing.
There's the shed.
Scorpio, I put the link in the chat for his TikTok.
Crazy old lady. Come on. Should have bought my lockpick. It's okay. I saw this on MacGyver. MacGyver? Kenny, the bike's right there.
So when we were filming this, it's when I tried to explain it to you guys were just kind of looking at me like a deer in headlights, like I have no idea what you're talking about. But then once you guys kind of saw what we were doing, you guys really got into it. Did it take you a minute to realize what we were kind of doing with this scene?
Yeah, it honestly took me until y'all said that, like, we're going to be sneaking up to the house. Like, once I snuck up to the house, I was like, oh, I see. We're doing this.
And it's kind of a throwback to 70s and 80s movies where it's blatantly obvious what's happening, and it's like you're over dramatizing the whole thing. Where it's like she's watching Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and you guys are like sneaking behind stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Watching the movie, it's sort of nebulous as to when it takes place in, but there are certain things like that comment, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, and those big socks with the stripes on top of them. That boys are wearing in that scene, I'm like, oh man, that's what I
short
wore.
Shorts, the short shorts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Griffin's TikTok. How many dang aquariums do you have?
I have 3, and I just bought a beta fish. So I have one more in the shed. I'm planning on putting a new fish on there. But
nice.
Yeah, I have a 100-gallon outside that we're gonna put all our fish in.
Now, are you fishing to eat them, or are you fishing to put them in a tank and say, hi, they're just fish?
So we wanted to, because crappie and bass are like, as you saw in that video, my last one, they're very, they'll attack. So we put a bait fish in there, and they'll hunt them down, and then just go. Super cool to watch. And we love to see how they, like, use their fins. Like, we seriously sit there and watch them for hours. But, those are the only fish that we've taken home, honestly, but we normally do catch and release. So
you can tell, Griffin, when you talk about fishing, how much you like it. It kind of comes out when
you're passionate about it.
That's cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've got another scene I'm going to pull up here. And this one, you only have one line. And if I remember correctly, when we put you in the bed, you were kind of like unsure of like what you should be doing. So you kind of had to learn on the fly a little bit that like it's about the reaction. So it's like even though you don't have a line, you're in the background reacting.
Yeah.
So it was one of those moments where you kind of had to learn on the fly. So let me pull up this one.
Derrick, grab your things. We're leaving.
Mrs. Mullen, you have to calm down, please. You're not making it any easier for your son, please.
Mom, I'm scared. You told me to lay down. Now we're leaving.
So so it was one of those things where it's like it was great to see that you were learning and adapting as we went. And as somebody that tells stories and likes making movies, that's comforting for me that you at least understand like, okay, I have never done this before, but I'm going to learn as I go. And it was great because you got better and better as the days progressed. It was great.
Yeah, I taught myself, honestly, that movie taught myself to, if I don't like something, deal with it. I feel like it, but, like new things shouldn't scare you. So I don't know where I'm trying to go with this, but,
good advice for any age.
That was what you said is like, I didn't know how to do it, but I still tried. And that honestly, if I be honest, I went to a tryout for baseball, and that's what got me on the team. I was pitching and he was like, "Do you have a curveball?" I was like, "No, but I could try." And I totally threw it away. And I told him, "Oh, I'll learn a curveball, and I'm gonna go back in a few weeks and go practice with them because now I'm on their team." And I'm showing my curveball, and he's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this kid is amazing." But
Well, make sure he doesn't
movie on Major League where he's like just a bit outside, and he's literally
right. Well, don't let your coach blow your arm out at the age of 14 with curveballs and sliders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have problems with my arm, so.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
it's gonna mess up your casting. You gotta have a good arm for that.
Oh yeah.
I heard that. If I hurt my arm casting, I'm gonna be sad.
Do you ever go into the bass tournaments and watch them?
I do watch Bassmaster Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. But I wanted to go to iCast. It was yesterday and the day before. But it's basically a bunch of like unreleased stuff and a bunch of fishing content creators who make baits and sell stuff and also like make videos for public. Steve Harvey was there. I've met Steve Harvey.
No kidding.
Give him some of my baits. But Steve Harvey was there. Bill Dance was there, the creator of Bass Pro Shops. Super cool place. I'm hoping to go there next year. So
Steve Harvey's a fisher? He fishes?
Steve Harvey, yes.
What was that?
He's big into fishing. He has a ranch for fishing.
Really?
Like 7 ponds, yeah. I went to that ranch. He took me to his He has his own Bass Pro Shops. It's small, about the size of, well, for him it's small. It's about the size of half of my house. But but yeah, he took me over there. It was super cool.
You ever been to Nashville and saw the big bass fishing like pyramid type thing?
Yeah, I did stay the night there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that Memphis or Nashville?
That's in Memphis.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah,
Okay.
it used to be a basketball stadium for the Memphis Tigers.
The Bears basketball.
And then they converted it to a Bass Pro Shop. So, yeah. I went there to watch basketball. I haven't been there since it's been a Bass Pro Shop. But Griffin, I don't see your store on your page.
Okay, I do not have a store yet. We've been working on it, but it's super frustrating. For some reason, we can't figure it out.
Oh, how to do e-commerce?
What?
Can't you just set up like an eBay store? An eBay link?
We're setting up Shopify right now. It says it's super easy, but I don't know. We can't like link our stuff or whatever. But I did go to a market and got a few sales. But I do like, if you ask for this color, I'll make it and send it out to you. Through like Venmo and stuff.
But you're making them all by hand yourself, correct? It's not like.
Yes, I do make them all by hand.
What's a typical lure take time? How much time does it take?
So I don't have many molds for the baits, but like one crappie bag takes about 30 minutes. So
is that for jigs or is that for lures?
For lures. It depends on what I'm making too, because some of my baits are like two-way, so like the tail is this color and the head is this color, so it's different. So that will take a lot longer. It'll take 30 minutes for a whole pack of that. But once I get more molds, it'll be way easier. So.
You're a busy young man, Griffin. You got baseball, baits, baritone sax, acting, school.
So what do you charge for a lure?
Yeah. I charge $5 for a pack of 8 Senkos, and then I charge $8 or $5 for a pack of crappie lures. I normally stick around $5, but for a 5-pack of paddle tails, it's $4.
Now, are you comparing yourself to Are you comparing yourself to stuff you see like at Bass Pro Shop and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do try to stick around that area, but I know I have it just like 30 cents above it from some baits companies.
You should go like $2 more. You're handcrafting yours. They're making theirs with machines, man.
I mean, yeah, they have these giant machines that goes like huge, like the size of my table, and it just goes and it injects like 100.
Yeah,
So
people love custom stuff, man. They'll pay for custom.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in their market because they can afford to sell it for $4. You can't.
yeah,
You
Time
want
is
to buy
money.
that machine one day, and you're never going to do it making 30 cents more than they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too bad you can't figure out the store thing. Maybe you can get somebody to help y'all.
yeah. We're gonna sit down and try it for a few hours because we've tried and researched it and can't figure it out. But we really need to figure it out.
Well, the eBay thing's good if you have just like a bunch of pre-made stuff that people would just
Yeah.
go to your eBay store and you have a link on your TikTok. Think, oh, he's got those. You make a video, you got 10 available on the eBay
Yeah.
store and see if they sell that way.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, just selling everything that I can. But at the market, I made a ton of baits because they said 600 people are going to be there. There's probably 100. But so that was pretty sad. But I got a few sales at the market, but I made hundreds of, I made probably around 100 packets. Wait, yeah, it was like 80 something packets, and that takes a while. Took multiple days of just straight work, and I figured out how to get a flow where I was like, do this, and then put it in there, and it would just go on for hours. And my mom's like, dinner's ready. I'm like, no, I don't want to stop the flow. So
The lights aren't on yet, Mom.
Because if you
Stop.
let your soft plastic, you heat it up to 350 degrees, and if you let it sit there, it'll harden, and then it'll like become silicone-y type, and then you have to restart the process. So it's a lot of work, but yeah.
You're teaching me stuff because I have no idea.
I've written down,
Yeah.
but don't be afraid to try new things. All right, I got to work that into my life. Well, let's see.
Okay, so Griff, what is your what's your favorite movie that you can watch a million times?
So I'm not big into movies. I like series, but if I had to choose a movie, honestly, it would probably be The Warrior.
Woohoo!
But
Nice. Nice one, Griffin.
yeah,
That's good.
All right, so really, what's your favorite movie? Now we got that out of the way.
I was going to say simp.
I like series a lot more. I like American Housewife I just finished, and I watched Sam and Cat like 10 times on our road trip. So that took a while, but it was, I don't know why I like series. It's just, like whenever I'm working on something, like I just made a rod, my own handle for this rod, carved it out wood and stuff. But while I was doing that, I watched the entire American Housewife series. I just set it there and watch and make stuff.
I've never heard of any of those shows.
Me neither.
Yeah, I rotate through movies.
I'm
You're
the
a little
opposite.
bit-
Like I love movies, but TV shows, I never have the opportunity to deep dive into a TV show. So movies, you're in and out 2 hours. Let's go.
I watch basically YouTube documentaries. I never watch any TV. I have friends that are like, hey, have you seen this show? No. Movie? No. The answer is always no. I've not seen anything.
Do you watch any sci-fi stuff, Griffin?
What?
Griffin, do you watch any science fiction stuff?
Star Wars,
I'm sorry,
Star
my
Trek.
screen is all glitchy. Oh.
Oh.
No, not really.
He's too cool for that, Dave. He's not a nerd like us.
Yeah.
He's out
I'm big
fishing.
into like. What?
What movie or TV show got you interested in acting that you were like, you know what? I think that looks fun, or I can do that.
Actually, Stranger Things. I didn't want to watch it, but I decided to watch an episode because I was really scared of the movie or TV show or whatever it is. But I was like, hey, I want to act. And my mom was like, nah. And a few weeks later, I'm like, Mom, can I act, please? And she was like, I guess I'll set you up for it. So she set me up on Actors Access, and then I got my first role, and I was super excited.
So
Yeah.
what is Actors Access, Derrick or Griffin? Is it sort of like an acting? Like, I
It
don't
kind
know
of
what
just
that
puts
is.
you out there and helps you get roles.
It's kind of like Facebook for actors, kind of.
Yeah.
Where you have a
Facebook
profile and you
Marketplace
can, you put your videos down.
And is that where
Yeah.
you went, Derrick, to find the cast?
Yeah,
for
I
the
went to
film?
Actors Access, and there's a couple other ones. And I've said this before, where I cast based off of stuff that I've seen people in because I want to see what they look like on film. as opposed to just randomly having a casting call and just having a bunch of people show up, you know, especially for my main cast. I want to have an idea of what my main cast looks like on film, talks like, all that stuff. So
I was going to say, like, that's a good place though for directors to look for, like a Griffin who's what, 7 or 8 when that happened, just to see, hey, that's the kid, the look I want for the kid. We can get through the acting part, but this is what I want him to look like, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't expect a whole lot. And then you get him on set. And well, he's doing the work. I mean, he knows he's taking direction, and that's always a plus. Was Griffin easy to direct, Derrick?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He was easy because he understood going in that yes, it's his first major project, even though he's done other things, but he was willing to put the work in. He was willing to get better as we went. And you could tell in his performance where he was a little bit uncomfortable the first day when we were playing baseball, and he was walking with Kenny, and they were having that conversation. That was the first things that we had shot. And then as progressively throughout the movie, he just got more comfortable, and you could see it.
So Griffin, if you had a friend of yours that was cast in one of Derrick's movies, what would your advice to your friend be about working with Derrick? I'm trying to get you to roast Derrick a little bit.
You want some dirt.
You're too nice.
Yes, I'm having problems.
This is.
Could you repeat that for me? I'm sorry. It was.
They're trying to get you to roast me on something.
So Julio asked if you had a friend that got a role in a movie working with Derrick, what would you tell your friend to watch out for working with Derrick?
That's a hard question.
All right, Griffin. I see how you play ball. I got it.
I'm an organizational freak. So I try to make it as easy as I can on set for people so that they can delve into their performance as opposed to having to worry about all kinds of stuff. So, but I don't know on the actor side if they see that or not. You know what I mean? So do you see that type of thing? Did I make it
I would say
for you guys to perform?
Kind of, yeah. But I would say to watch out for him. He likes to go, so you're going to do this, and then you got to go like this, and then and then you forget everything by the time you're done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that's a lot of work.
Was Derrick as traumatizing as Alfred Hitchcock?
Nice one.
Oh man, we watched Will Rogers from Lost in Space, right? Complaining about his role in an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents when he was a kid, and how Alfred Hitchcock traumatized him. It was so messed up. I was just like, okay, the guy's been that story for 60 years at this point.
So on set, what was probably the easiest thing that you'd found about working a set that's 10 days, and then we did a couple reshoots later? And then what was the hardest thing that you didn't realize that seemed like it was like, okay, I didn't really anticipate that?
So 10 days in a row is pretty hard.
The grind.
That's what I would say, but that was a lot of work.
I was going to ask you this, like 10 days in a row to get up every day and try to go get in front of the camera and be somebody else. That's not easy, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not easy, especially when you I didn't really, I didn't even know what cancer was pretty much. Because I was
7.
When I learned, I was like, oh, that's what cancer is. So, but definitely trying to be someone who had cancer, trying to do that was pretty hard. But easiest part, I would say, so our Mike man, he was funny because he liked to go like, oh, do you bowl a cereal, King Griffin? So I don't know why, but I liked him. He was very I don't know why he took care of me a lot.
Called
He
you
was,
the
he was a
king.
friend of a
Random love for
cinematographer,
him.
so he's not used to being on set. So he was just doing everything that was like, that's not really etiquette, dude.
Yeah.
You pretty much just operate the boom pole and stay over there.
Right. No, King Griffin doesn't want cereal. Just get back on the mic and do your job.
But he was fine, and there was only a few times where when I was editing that he had screwed up. But all in all, he actually did a pretty decent job. Like a lot of the audio was pretty clear.
Audio sounded fine to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you do a lot of posts with the audio, or is it pretty good, Derrick?
I had to do post on the audio to bring up the volume because when I edited everything, it was low. So I had to go and put the audio in a third-party program to bring up the audio. And then as soon as I did that, it popped it. But yeah, it was a little bit low. But that's usually the thing is you want to go a little bit low more than you want to go high because you don't want to hear, the microphone popping and doing all kinds of
high mics are terrible. Yeah.
So
So was it hard on your parents? Was it hard on your parents, Griffin, getting you to the set every day?
No, not really. I didn't like waking up early. I've never have, but so that was kind of the most struggling part. But one day the audio guy wasn't there, so my dad did the audio for us. So it's funny seeing him over there with a stick like this. It was super funny.
Nice of him to fill in.
See, that's what's cool about these types of movies. Like, there's no union guy that didn't show up, and you can't replace him with your dad for the day because he's not union, right? So the whole set's shut down if there's not another union guy there. It's kind of nice that you hear these stories, like, oh, the day the guy didn't show up, my dad was on the set holding the mic. Like, did you give his dad credit for the day?
I did
in the movie.
Yeah,
of course.
And Griffin's family is awesome. We'll just put it out there. They're awesome. Okay, so you guys remember the restaurant scene, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All of the people that are in the restaurant are all Griffin's family. Cousins and aunts and grandmas and grandpas. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Big family.
Family that's in that diner.
We can tell they're awesome. They let him make his own baits at 12 years old, man. I mean, he's playing with 350-degree heat to heat plastic up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty
Before
awesome.
that, I hand carved wooden baits and spent days on it. I did that first, and that was a lot. I ended up getting a hook in my hand, and I sliced my arm open.
Nice.
But
battle wounds.
That was hard, but it is super cool to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. My kids weren't asking to make fishing baits at 12 years old, Julio. They were asking for the new Mario game.
That's my son was the same. He get him out of the house. Hard to do. Come on, go play basketball. It's like playing whatever he's playing, Roblox or something.
Are you into video games, Griffin?
He's 25 now, and he's still the same way.
What?
Are you into video games?
Not really, no. I did play Fortnite a long time ago, but I sometimes play it every once in a while. But I like staying busy. But I have another business. I do trash cans for people. I'll take their trash cans down to the road before the trash truck comes, and then I'll bring it back after the trash truck comes, and just like $2 per can.
Nice.
You're a hustler.
You are a hustler.
He can't shovel snow, so he's going to haul trash cans. He lives in Georgia. There ain't no snow, so I got to figure out a way to make money off these people in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have a lot of customers?
I have 2 customers right now. I was going to get more. I was going to go out and get some more people, but we had a bunch of trips for the summer, so I ended up not. But yeah, I have 2 people that I've had since start of the school year.
Cool. So do you live in the country?
Not really. It's kind of
No.
suburbs.
Suburbs?
Now, how close to the Alabama border do you live?
2 hours away-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty far. I'm like, think of Atlanta. I'm right here. So
You guys are northwest, basically, of Atlanta.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So I pulled up this, and this is the trailer. Do you remember this day when
Yeah,
we went? Yeah, we were trying to look for a small church to film in, and the other producer slash cinematographer was friends with these people, and we shot this scene and then the golf scene at the beginning where it wasn't really a golf course, but it looked like a golf course, so we kind of faked it, and they had a golf cart, so that when they pulled up, it made it look like it was a golf course. It was great. We definitely faked it. So this is the trailer of The Warrior, and then we'll kind of get your comments on it, Griff.
Was God hating?
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. I was doing dishes, came outside, and passed out. I don't know.
All be okay. I move on each and every day.
Open this door! Larry, please! Help me.
I can't help but think what this is doing to Derrick.
What do you mean?
All the surgeries and operations. Like, what's that gonna do to him?
Was God hating?
Now, do you remember a lot of it, or is some of it kind of like you remember some, but not really a whole lot of it?
I remember like some of the parts, but not all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And what was probably your favorite location to be at? Did you have like a favorite location we filmed at?
Was there?
No. Did you have like a favorite location that we filmed at?
I liked that place, the one with the church.
Mm-hmm.
Where we filmed the church scene. I thought that was really neat for some reason. It was cool. It was just like, if I felt like I was in a village almost.
Yeah, it was a really neat place. They kind of do like weddings there, and then they have a chapel outside, and it was kind of a different place for sure.
So movie was filmed how long? Because you were 8 when you got the role, correct? And you're 12 now. So this was 4 years ago, Derrick, when you filmed this?
3 years ago. And then the movie came out on Amazon beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I was trying to get inside Griffin's head a little bit. Like when I was 12 years old, if somebody asked me for details about something I did when I was 9, I'd be like, oh, no, that was a lifetime ago.
Well, that's why I was like, well, I'll bring some clips up and just kind of show them, so it kind of jog some memory,
Yeah, that's how I feel nowadays when somebody asks me what I did yesterday. I'm like, I don't know. It was a while ago.
Right? So bad. I'm thinking to myself, Griffin's going, wait a minute. What do you want me to remember from 3 years ago? What did I like the best? I liked the Fruity Pebbles that day. I don't know what the heck I liked that day.
Yeah.
So have you been getting a request for any roles lately?
I got one a few weeks ago, like starting of summerish, but didn't get it. But that was pretty much it. I've been just doing small stuff.
Which is fine. It gives you more bait time, more fishing time, right?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Look at that smile come across his face. Heck yeah. I'm making bait.
Now, is it lead stuff, or is it like third kid on the right type stuff?
So one of them was like bigger, it was like a bigger commercial, and that was good part of it. That was what the last one was, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But it was bigger. That was a bigger thing, so I wasn't expecting to get it. But
and you're still going through acting coach?
I do not still go there. No.
Oh, you don't go. Okay.
When I joined Travel Ball, it took up because you have For my other team that I was on, it was 2 practices a week, at night, and then it was, all of the weekend is taken up for tournaments. So it was a lot of stuff. So I couldn't juggle that.
Yeah.
So,
Travel ball is a lot of pressure on kids, man, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure on parents for the money. It's so much.
Yeah.
That's why you just play little league and see where it takes you, baby. Right?
Yeah. I had a teammate on my old team who just joined Team USA for Little League, so he went off to Taiwan. He's playing all around the world. And I caught him one time and he was throwing like 76 at 12.
Oh my
and that's
God.
pretty insane. Actually, he was 11. But that was insane. So yeah, yeah, I've been shocked by travel ball. But it's like they were like, oh yeah, we have 3 players on our team that threw 70, and then I got to tournaments and I was scared that people were going to be throwing 70, and there's like 40 miles per hour.
So you're very brave for catching a 12-year-old
Yeah.
kid who can throw heat that's around 80 miles an hour. Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's run out of the way. Duck.
He's throwing that heat, but you get a hole in one, it's gone.
Yeah.
I had a kid, the same thing, where there was a kid that was bigger than everybody, and I've always been a bigger guy, and he was bigger than me. And it's like, this kid does not need to be playing in this age group. And there was kids that were going up to the thing, and they're all like all shaking, like at the plate, like, please hire me. I got up there and was like, ooh, and boom, I hit the top of the fence with this kid. And they're just like, it's like, one of these that he's throwing and be able to nail it.
Yeah, just got to get your bat out there.
You got to get your bat out, not be afraid.
The good thing too, Griffin, if you
It's
throw that
wild
hard,
what kids have done. They're like,
if they throw that hard, but they're accurate as a catcher, it's not hard. You just put your glove out; it's going to hit your glove. I played catcher for a long time. Yeah,
he's very accurate.
Yeah,
that's the only reason that I caught him. We had another player that threw 70, and he was nowhere near. Like it was everywhere. So, yeah.
You're beat up after you catch for that kid. You're like, God dang, Dad, get him off the mound. He's tearing me up. He's walking everybody.
He's knocked out 3 batters already. Get him out.
There's some. If you look up on Safari or whatever, if you look up like top prospects of PG, there's kids throwing 88 in my league. There's a kid named Tyler Early, and he walks up to the plate and hits home runs in major league fields, and he's my age. He's also 6'4".
He's 6'4". Yeah.
Yeah. He's my age, and it's wild.
You're 12 years old, and this kid's 6'4".
Yeah, and he hits home runs in major league fields.
When he goes to high school, every coach in that school is going to immediately run to him and try
They're
to.
already going to him.
Yeah.
They're already
High
probably,
schools
yeah.
are already
Football, football, baseball. Yeah.
Yeah, high schools are already recruiting him, dude. It's the South. They're like, hey, move to this school district. Hurry up. We can get you the best stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do that shit
We had one
time.
guy that I think he was a year or two ahead of me, and his name was Mark Rutherford, and he was throwing some heat. He was a little bigger than me, and he was getting a lot of eyeballs on him. But he was one of those ones where he grew up faster than everybody else, and then when everybody else caught him, they freaking nailed him. So it was kind of like he took advantage of the fact that he was gifted, but as soon as everybody's level went up, he was mid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you follow professional sports, Griffin? Do you have like a favorite? I would imagine Braves. Would that be the baseball team down there, or do you not really follow pro sports?
So I actually don't watch as much of MLB. So I don't know if you know the Savannah Bananas.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they're on YouTube now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're really goofy. We went to a game. I went and played the tournament for them. Super fun. I caught most of the tournament. But I got to give my baits to some of the players. Like, I gave some to Dalton. I gave some to Andy. Actually, my extra coach that I go to, he was on the Bananas. And my new coach for my travel team was on the Bananas.
Oh, wow. It's pretty funny how popular the Bananas are now.
Mm-hmm. It seems like they've gotten really popular the last year or so.
That one guy, he made up
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Griffin.
the
rules
guy
I don't
who
quite
invented
understand
it,
now.
making millions probably.
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like some of the rules I don't quite understand about like the outs and stuff because it's not regular traditional baseball rules. So I haven't quite figured that out, but it's still pretty fun.
No, so if you hit a foul ball and a fan catches it, that's an out. And if you can't bunt, you can't step out of the box. And you can steal first whenever you want in the at bat. And also, if it's ball 4, it's called a ball 4 sprint. So the catcher throws it to shortstop, and everyone on the field has to touch the ball, and the runner just has to run like hell around the bases until he gets to whatever base he can. And the players can't tag the runner until they all touch the ball. So that's pretty fun.
They should incorporate some of these rules in the MLB. I like if a fan catches a foul ball, you're out.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Right. It's like this guy's not even a pro and he caught your ball.
You can get a double off a walk. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they wear goofy costumes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like there's no rules. I was catching the whole game on the last game, and I didn't want to take my legs off, like my catcher legs that go on there. So I hit with them on and I got around all the bases with my legs off. So that was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
The one I don't understand is the one with the stilts. How they pitch with stilts on is crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. That's wild. Yeah. And he's a short guy too. Like,
oh really?
why.
He's a
Like
pretty
even though
short
he's
guy.
on field, I feel like when he's not, he's tall anyways, but he's not.
That's pretty funny. So, all right. Did you guys have any other questions? We can probably wrap this up.
I didn't
Dave,
have
you have any questions.
any other questions, but Griffin, it was a lot of fun to meet you, and
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
appreciate you and your mom taking the time out to meet with us. And
And when you get your store set up, let us know and we'll promote it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Just send me the link on Facebook, and then I'll just blast it out to everybody. So, all right. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next Sunday.
All the best,
See you
Griffin.
guys.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act.